Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and it's time for June favourites. 6 months gone already. June was a funny old month, very busy at work, so I've had no time to record or even do much on Instagram. It's literally been kind of dragging myself to and from work and very late nights. And that's kind of had a result on my makeup because everything's just got to have been quick and easy. The other factor that is unusual in the UK, it's not unusual for me to be very busy and not have time to do much with my makeup. It is unusual for us to have had as hot weather as we have had for quite a lot of June, not all of June. Very warm indeed, warm and humid. And that has made me really appreciate, well, one product in particular that I have talked about when I first bought it, and I wasn't overall a huge fan. I didn't dislike it, but I just didn't think it lived up to the hype for me, and that is the Tom Ford Waterproof Foundation Concealer. And if you go back to the video where I got this and kind of reviewed it, you'll know that I didn't have a quibble with its lasting power and it being waterproof, but I didn't feel that was particularly important to me, certainly not the waterproof aspect of it. I was slightly disappointed that it wasn't as high coverage as I had been led to expect. I would still describe it as medium coverage, although I have learnt that I can build it up a bit. And it also made me, I feel, look a little bit flat in complexion. It's not matte, but it's not as dewy as some foundations, which I tend to prefer. However, in the hot, humid weather, I will say this foundation has come into its own, and it really was a favourite in June. And I even felt really that the coverage was better than I had given it credit for to begin with. But what was impressive was that it went on quickly and it lasted really well without powder, because I didn't want to be powdering in, this hot, sticky weather. I wanted to keep my skin as moist as possible, and this did the trick. So I have been using it. You can see the tube's looking a bit mucky. It's so easy to apply. I use my Artis, why do I want to call it Artis foundation brush, which is very quick indeed to give a great finish, and useful tube for travelling as well. So as so often, not always, but quite often, I do find that my view of things can change over time. And that was interesting when somebody commented just last night, actually, on quite an old video I'd done in October 2015, believe it or not, when I had just bought the Tom Ford Complexion Enhancing Primer. And I talked about primers generally, and this is Pink Glow in particular, which again, I wasn't giving it a particularly great thumbs up at that point. I didn't feel it particularly made my complexion look more glowy, and I talked about how I'm not actually that convinced that we need primers. However, since then, I will say that this has become much more of a regular favourite for me. It doesn't do the glow bit effectively, I don't think. I'm not sure it actually makes the makeup stay longer, but what it does do for me is decrease the appearance of enlarged pores around my nose and chin area, which is a problem for me. And I found this is the most effective non-silicone, and I can't really wear silicone or heavy silicone based primers. This is the most effective one for me, so I love it for that. Now, I was surprised to see that I'd bought this as long ago as October 2015. I don't use it every day by any manner of means, but I do use it quite a lot. I only use it literally around the crease on the chin and nose area, not over the whole face, so that has made it last longer. But you can see over half still there. It smells fine. It looks fine. It's working fine. Definite favourite. I was wearing that a lot this last month. Also, for kind of ease of application, it's been a real Tom Ford month, has it not? Another one that I wasn't that impressed with when I bought it, certainly for the price. This was mega expensive. What's it called? It's the Cream Shade and Illuminate Cheek Sculptor in Sublimate that I was suckered into. I still don't think I would rush out and buy this because there are as effective, cheaper products. But it does do what it says on the tin. Again, when you're looking for an easy, natural, healthy look, quickly on the go, this is a great cream blush. It does last well. It's terribly easy to blend. This is not a particularly showy highlighter. It just gives a kind of wet gleam rather than a kind of coloured shine. But again, it's quite a natural look, and I found myself reaching for it a lot in the last month. The other thing that I was doing was a very, very simple eye, literally no eyeshadow. I've barely worn eyeshadow at all in the last 3 weeks. I have used the Hyper Black Calligraphy black gel liner from Chanel. It's hugely pigmented. I've been using it every day, and you can see barely touched. And I use the little tool that came with it as well. I actually find is very easy for me to control with my shaky hands and poor eyesight, and just do a lining job and then some brown or black mascara, and that's all that's been going on the eyes. That was a favourite this month. So what on earth have I used that's remotely new and interesting to you? You've seen me review, I think in my last video, the Rodin lipsticks. I have been using 2 of those fairly solidly, just to brighten up. Pink Winks has been used quite a lot. Let's have a bit of interest in a swatch. Love these, super moisturising, nicely pigmented and last pretty well for me. And So Mod used a lot, very pretty, quite modern, pinky nude. I've been wearing quite a lot of blush in terms of colour when not wearing black for work. So those have been favourites. One new product that I like, I finally gave in to a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I chose Moonstone. I love the Becca Liquid Skin Perfectors. Hadn't got one of these before, but you know how I feel about highlighters. This is a kind of pale, I would call it champagne, but they have actually got another one called champagne. Very yellow glow. Super shiny and glowy, which is what I like, and I have been wearing that quite a lot. It lasts quite well, blends into the skin. It's not powdery or cakey or anything like that. Just a really pretty highlighter. They've got loads of different colours, so that has been a favourite. I've been enjoying slightly more pastel-y colours for the nails. Have been wearing the Chanel. I'm wearing this one, which is a Nails Ink Gel, supposedly one coat. I don't think one coat does it, and I've applied slightly. You can see it's bubbled there. This was done too quickly last night. Palace Court. I'm not so keen on this green one, but I do love this one. I've been wearing this one at work. This is called Savoy Place. It looks quite grey. Actually, it's showing up more bluey in the monitor. It's a kind of lavender grey. Very, very pretty. Quite summery, I think, but reasonably work appropriate for a slightly out there colour. As I say, I don't think you can get away with one coat, but they're quite nice polishes, and not quite the price of Chanel. I bought mine in Marks and Spencer's, which now seems to have a beauty department carrying a lot of labels and not just Marks and Spencer's, which is quite convenient. But, you know, they are around in various places. So those were the favourites for quite simple looks, really, in June. And I suspect July might be quite similar because it's still very humid and hot, if not sunny, as we start Wimbledon today. I have got quite a few videos planned. I've got lots of odds and sods of products that are a bit difficult to work out a theme for, but I might just have to do general kind of haul and review with things that I've got and things that I've ordered and will be getting any day soon. So hold on in there. I will return. Until then, bye for now.